The internet has been locked in, watching every move, and suddenly, even the smallest actions feel way bigger than they should. Hold up, because even Papoose has been slipping in quiet, almost sneaky messages on his page. Nothing obvious, nothing straight to the point, just enough to make people pause, reread, and ask themselves what he's really trying to say. Folks are breaking down every word like detectives hunting for hidden clues. The tension around this whole situation feels thick, like something is right on the edge of snapping. Things are shifting fast, and it looks like everyone involved is being pulled in different directions. The comments never slow down, the rumors keep multiplying, and even when people swear they're tired of the story, they still can't look away. Meanwhile, Remy looks like she's living her life out loud. She's posting non-stop, smiling in almost every photo like she's got something to prove. Every post feels heavier than just a picture. It feels like a message, like she's talking without actually talking. And that wedding ring, listen to this, it's always front and center, shining, sparkling, almost like it's the real star of every shot. Every time she lifts her hand, every time she leans toward the camera, it feels like she's reminding the world, don't forget who I am, don't forget what I still have. At the same time, new photos of Papoose and Claressa keep popping up online. They've been spotted at car shows, walking side by side, smiling like everything is cool and uncomplicated. On the surface, it looks relaxed, casual, normal. But let's be real, nobody actually believes it's that simple. People are starting to wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. Is Claressa trying to stay ahead of the backlash before it gets too loud? Because once this story fully cracks open, it's gonna get messy. The kind of mess that never stays quiet for long. Claressa keeps showing up with Papoose like nothing's wrong, like the noise doesn't even exist. But at the very same time, Remy is flashing that wedding ring like a badge of honor. Every post, every smile, every caption feels like she knows something the rest of the internet doesn't. And that's what's throwing people off the most. Nobody can tell who's actually in control here. Then Remy went online and dropped a bomb. She made it clear she's not the one dragging out the divorce. She said she already signed the papers. She even claimed she offered to pay for the whole thing herself. No fighting, no arguing, no drama. According to her, she doesn't want money, she doesn't want anything tied to custody or assets. She says she's always taken care of herself and doesn't need anything from Papoose. But here's the part that made everybody stop and really look twice. She says he still hasn't signed anything, not a single signature, not one real step forward. And that's where people really started raising their eyebrows, because if both sides truly want to move on, then what exactly is the holdup, and what's keeping those papers from being finalized? Online, some people believe Claressa is getting tired of being linked to a married man, and honestly, that wouldn't surprise anyone, which is why rumors began spreading that she might even be willing to pay for the divorce herself, just to make it all end. That's why everyone keeps asking the same question. What is stopping Papoose from signing and cutting ties for good? Because until he does, this triangle keeps spinning and dragging everyone deeper into the drama. Then came the twist that sent the internet into a frenzy. Remy took the papers back. That one move made people wonder what really happened behind closed doors, whether there was a private conversation, a promise made, or just another layer added to an already complicated situation. New questions followed fast, with some believing Claressa is trying to win Papoose over with money, showing off her success, the trips, the lifestyle, and all the things that look easy and exciting, while Remy's career has seemed quieter lately, leading some fans to think Claressa might be using that to her advantage, almost like she's saying, look at what I can offer, look at how I live. To some, it feels like she's trying to buy her way into his heart, but that's where things get even more complicated, because others think this entire situation could be a game, with attention being the real goal, since views, clicks, and conversations still matter. But what if that plan backfires, and Papoose actually starts caring about Claressa for real, something she might be counting on, as more time, gifts, and shared moments stack up? Things got even awkward during a recent live video where Claressa was laughing and joking in the kitchen while Papoose looked tired, distant, and uncomfortable. The energy felt forced and nothing like the warm vibe people remember from him with Remy. Then Claressa made a bold statement online, saying Papoose is not her manager, doesn't handle her business or money, and hasn't received a single dollar from her, which split opinions instantly, because fans long believed he was helping manage her career. Now people think someone has to be bending the truth, especially since Papoose has already been caught making excuses, claiming viral photos with Remy were fake, or that trips to New York were just business, even though images of them shopping together looked very real, leaving many to say that something in this story simply isn't adding up. If Claressa really isn't giving him any money, then people can't help but wonder why it looks like he's benefiting so much from being around her, especially when many remember Remy saying she used to give him a percentage of what she made, and eventually got tired of handing over that cut every time she worked, which makes people ask why one woman would be charged while the other supposedly isn't. From the outside, it feels like he's still finding ways to live off someone else's success instead of building his own lane, and that confusion only grows when Claressa insists he's not her manager, even though the way he moves, talks, and shows up makes it seem like he's running things behind the scenes. Things got even stranger when Papoose started posting cryptic messages again, including one where he said he was debating whether to let something slide or start something, sending fans into full theory mode about who the message was really aimed at, whether it was Remy, Claressa, or both. Some believe he's reacting to Remy's constant posts, the wedding ring, the smiling photos that feel like quiet shots being fired, while others think he's trying to make Remy look like the problem to keep Claressa feeling secure. But if he really wanted to prove things were over with Remy, people would question why he wouldn't just say it clearly, instead of hiding behind hints and shadows, especially since Remy keeps flashing that ring like a reminder that they're still legally tied, whether out of pride, pettiness, or as a message aimed straight at Claressa. The mystery page that popped up posting about waking up next to my husband only added more fuel, making fans wonder if Papoose's cryptic post was a response to that, or a signal meant to reassure Claressa that he's focused on the present. Either way, it looks like he's walking a very thin line between two strong personalities, telling different versions of the story to keep the peace, a balancing act that rarely lasts forever.
Now, rumors are swirling that Claressa might even buy him a car, with jokes flying about locking him down with luxury, while others warn that if she does, it better stay in her name, because the idea of him driving it around with Remy would be embarrassing on another level. At some point, something has to give, because Claressa can't live in this in-between space forever, and sooner or later she'll have to draw a line and demand proof that his words actually mean something. That signature on the divorce papers is the only thing that actually matters, because until he signs, everything else is just noise. All the words, all the posts, all the explanations mean nothing if the paperwork never gets finished, and if he keeps avoiding it, Claressa may eventually be forced to walk away, no matter how patient she's trying to be. At the same time, people can't ignore the fact that Remy and Papoose are still legally tied, still connected, still moving in a way that suggests there's something unresolved there, even if they both claim it's over. And that's exactly why many fans think Remy keeps flashing that ring, like a silent reminder that even if he won't come back, he also hasn't fully let her go. Then another rumor made everything even more confusing, with people saying Papoose upgraded Remy's wedding ring, which made everyone pause, because how do you go from divorce talk to buying a better ring, and where is all this money coming from when people keep seeing fur coats, designer bags, and expensive trips? Claressa says he isn't getting a dime from her, so if that's true, fans are left asking what's really going on behind the scenes, and whether both sides are spinning stories to protect their image. Maybe Claressa doesn't want to admit she's been spoiling him, or maybe Papoose is just smooth enough to make everything look effortless. But one thing still feels off, because he moves like someone calling the shots, even though she insists he isn't her manager, and that contradiction alone keeps the conversation alive. On top of all that, some fans feel like Easy has been forgotten in the middle of all this chaos, especially now that he's gone completely quiet, with no posts, no comments, and no appearances, leaving people to wonder if they're even together anymore, or if he's been told to stay silent while things play out. Either way, this kind of public drama never ends cleanly, because every post, every caption, every smile becomes part of the story, and the audience never looks away. Now people are looking ahead to Valentine's Day, believing that might be the moment everything finally explodes, where the Papoose tries to split the day like he did on Christmas, or makes a clear choice that exposes where his loyalty really lies. No matter how it plays out, someone is going to feel played. Someone is going to walk away hurt. And when it finally happens, the internet will be right there watching every second as it unfolds.